Chapter 216 Blood Python Dragon Transformation. Song Shi's indestructible nature confused the two assassins. They felt that this was a brilliant illusion. Stay. With a cold snort, Song Shi suddenly threw out a handful of array flags and inserted them into the surroundings at an extremely fast speed, forming a trapping array. His finger moved in the air and a talisman flew out. A huge seal flew into the air. It released a circle of light, turning into a huge cage that enveloped the two of them. Damn it, this must be an illusion. How could he draw a talisman with his bare hands? Seeing Song Shi use the heavenly talisman technique to draw talismans out of thin air to trap them, they were even more certain that this was not real. It's fake, he must be fake. The two of them did not move. Instead, they formed hand seals on the spot and released a spiritual storm, hoping to escape the illusion. However, the surroundings were still the same. Nothing had changed. Damn it! Why is our mental cultivation method to break the illusion useless? The two of them were shocked and furious. This was the first time they had encountered such a brilliant environment. There was actually no way to break it at all. This time, they really panicked. When Song Shi saw their panic, he really did not know what to say. Perhaps, the most powerful illusion was that one that made the victims unable to differentiate reality. He simply took advantage of the situation and chuckled. Is that all you have? Kill me and you can escape. Their expressions were ugly. This person actually asked them to kill him. He was definitely not someone a normal person should say. We can't kill him. The more we kill him, the deeper we'll fall into the illusion. They did not dare to attack. They thought that killing Song Shi was actually an illusion. The more they killed, the deeper the illusion. They focused their attention elsewhere, hoping to find a way out. Seeing that the two of them actually thought that it was a misunderstanding and did not dare to attack him, Song Shi was helpless. Song Shi decided not to waste any more time. He began to circulate the nomological powers in his body, and it was as if a volcano that had been quiet for a long time had suddenly erupted. With two loud bangs, two leads ended. The Blood River Dharma treasures absorbed another two balls of blood. Just as they finished absorbing, the Blood River Dharma treasures shook slightly. Runes flew out and began to form a new combination. Roar. Theruns transformed into a blood python that swam happily in the void, causing the blood river to boil. Song Shi was surprised. I didn't expect this thing to advance. Before he obtained this Dharma treasure, he had absorbed an unknown amount of blood from the blood-robed old ghost. The other party had used the blood refinement sex special method of refining Dharma treasures to refine the soul of a python into it. Under the constant fusion, the blood river had the potential to grow. In his hands, this thing kept absorbing blood, but the blood's quality was very high. Especially after devouring the Yi family's golden blood last time, it showed signs of advancing. Now that it had reached the critical point, the blood python began to evolve. It absorbed the power of the blood river and became larger and larger. The original blood python had signs of transforming into a dragon, so Song Shi could not help but pay more attention. If it could successfully advance, he would have another numinous artifacts. Furthermore, the effect of this thing was very special. It might even be more useful than the golden spear. Suddenly, the blood python trembled, showing signs of insufficient strength. Song Shi narrowed his eyes and looked at it for a moment. In the end, he confirmed that it was very difficult to break through by itself. The blood python did not retain much spirituality to begin with, so it was impossible for it to know any refining techniques. At this moment, it was relying on its instincts to improve. There were many uncertainties to begin with, and even if it does succeed, it would take a very long time to do so. I have to help it advance. Fortunately, I cultivated the demonic blood transformation technique and can directly refine this special Dharma treasures. Song Shi formed a seal, and his heart beat rapidly. In the special space hidden inside, there was a blood-colored pool of water that was more than 30 feet wide and bottomless. Suddenly, the blood pool churned and blood gushed out like spring water, landing on the blood river Dharma treasures. He had already cultivated the demonic blood transformation technique to the third level of the blood pool realm. It corresponded to the golden core realm of the golden core great Tao. If he broke through another realm, he would reach the blood river realm. At the next realm, the power of the blood river in his body would be as astonishing as the blood river Dharma treasures from before. The difference was that one was his own power, and the other was a special Dharma treasure refined from external blood. In fact, this Dharma treasures were refined with the demonic blood transformation technique. Now, with just one more step, the blood python could transform him into a dragon. The corresponding cultivation technique realm was actually the great mastery realm of the demonic blood transformation technique. Blood Spiritrium, Sanchi was looking forward to it. If his Dharma treasure reached the blood spirit realm now, it would also be a testament to his cultivation of the demonic blood transformation technique. As his blood gushed in, the trembling blood python opened its mouth and swallowed it. After obtaining strength, it began to evolve steadily. However, this was not enough. Sanchi formed a seal and shot out runes. At the same time, he took out some materials and fused them into it. He was refining artifacts to help the Dharma treasure advance. This way, he could perfectly control it during the advancement process so that after succeeding, the spiritual Dharma treasure would not fly away. The blood river unexpectedly began to advance and Sanchi was forced to spend time and effort to refine it. For a moment, he was delayed on the spot. The strong smell of blood spread out like a bright light, continuing to attract other enemies. He deliberately restrained the power of the array flags and talismans so that he could lure the enemy over to attack. After half a day, another group of people came. What is this old man doing? Could the blood python in front of him be the artifact spirit of a special Dharma treasure? Impossible. If there's an artifact spirit, wouldn't it be a numinous treasure? It should be a Dharma treasure refined, using a special method. Now, it's being refined again. He definitely doesn't have much strength to defend himself now. Kill him. Sanchi glanced at the dark corner and stood on the spot, continuing to refine weapons. For a moment, no one dared to go up. They thought that it was a trap. After a long time, someone finally couldn't stand still and launched a fierce killing move. In an instant, Sanchi's head flew away, and blood gushed out from his neck. Similar to the assassins of the Wuxia sect, the person who easily killed Sanchi also felt that it was too easy. Then, a similar scene repeated. Because Sanchi did not resist and waited for death, some people doubted the authenticity. When they wanted to retreat, they were killed by Sanchi. After obtaining a new blood replenishment, the blood python in front of Sanchi roared angrily. Claws grew out from under its body, and a horn grew on its head. It officially began to transform into a dragon. Its body continued to grow, and in the blink of an eye, it was more than 1,000 feet tall. Moreover, it continued to expand. After absorbing the blood river, blood-colored scales appeared on its body. During this process, the entire river of blood transformed into a blood dragon that was more than 1,000 meters long. A powerful might spread out, forming a blood-colored light that soared into the sky, attracting the surrounding power of heaven and earth. Rumble. And next moment, dark clouds gather and lightning actually brewed. The advancement of Dharma treasures will also attract lightning tribulation. Sanchi was surprised. He felt that the so-called lightning tribulation was more like a result of the sudden change in strength. Roar. The blood dragon roared at the sky. Amidst the deafening dragon roar, Sanchi saw a hint of intelligence in the blood-colored flood dragon's eyes. It was afraid. He pondered. The souls of demon beasts have been fused into Dharma treasures through special methods. In the future, they can completely grow into artifact spirits. The growth potential is very good. Just as he was praising, the world suddenly turned cold. There was no rain in the dark clouds. Instead, snowflakes fell first. I came at the right time to witness the birth of a numinous artifact. The crisp laughter of a young girl sounded. Among the snowflakes, strange-looking paper effigies appeared and smiled at him.